Alright, let's run it back kasi nakamute pala ako. Alright.
We'll start over.
Alright, start over. Hey guys, welcome back dito sa CFS PH Regional Final, or not final, play-in. Finals is gonna be tomorrow, of course. Yun nga, HDT down to the lower bracket, CMG down or up dito sa upper bracket natin in the final. One best of 3 away from qualifying dito sa ating regionals. Of course, malalaman natin kung sino yung kalaban nila in this series. Execration versus Vanguard, a tale as old as time. These two teams have fought each other a lot. That's for sure. Even exchange players in the off-season, pare. Just to quote it again, yung sinabi ko kanina, Kid from Hell, now in Vanguard, Execration now having them back in the picture. And it's gonna be an interesting one, no? Kasi dahil nga sa player exchange na yun, there's gonna be a bit of, hindi ko naman masasabi there's a bit of heat. But, you know, there's a bit of,
there's still gonna be, you know, some sort of spice.
Proving, no? Like,
yeah.
It's more about proving na who had the better roster change this season to man.
Yeah. Like, which one will be able to gel first, knowing that, of course, the had the roster changes just about the same time, and we'll see whether or not that the playbook, so to speak, has been built fast enough, knowing that this is gonna decide whether or not you stay in the upper bracket, and of course, like, going up against Herbie Gaming team, a team that has boundless potential if they can get over those small hurdles in the lower bracket. Means that even if you lose, you still need to be able to brush up on your VODs and some server time as well, moving into tomorrow's play-in stage. But for now, of course, it's going to be the battle for the uppers to decide who's going to be going up against the Cebuano Cholanga Motomac Gaming.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm pretty excited to see what is going to happen this season, especially. Fingers crossed. We do see some Ankara action, as much as I think Execration are probably gonna try and ban it out kasi fully knowing na Vanguard are the kings of Ankara pagdating nga dun sa season natin ng Impact. There is still like a lot up in the air pagdating sa baka map pool natin. I think it's just gonna be standard 2 bans for the first time around. It's probably gonna be Eagle Eye Mexico kasi no one wants to play those 2 maps.
Everyone hates them,
I really hope teams start to practice Eagle Eye 2.0, man, kasi after what Imperial did dun sa Vietnam, I think people should take notes na Eagle Eye could be one of the keys to beating these Chinese teams. Pero yun nga, we are gonna go into the veto, of course, and I expect yun nga, Eagle Eye Mexico gonna be banned out. Ankara first pick, Subbase is gonna appear somewhere din sa veto, most likely game 3. Black Widow most likely for map number 1. Oh, Ankara, yun nga, Eagle Eye.
There you go.
Oh my God, they practiced Eagle Eye. Oh my God, they practiced Eagle Eye.
Oh boy. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I mean, we saw what happened in Vietnam, right? Where you were seeing a lot of teams start to pick up Eagle Eye, and I think moving on in the group stages, Eagle Eye is gonna be one of the central points of contention if you want to be able to advance into playoffs. But now we're seeing it as early as now here during our play-in stage. That means things are gonna get spicy, and it's also a question of whether or not Execration are ready for this Eagle Eye pick from Vanguard.
For sure. I mean, Eagle Eye is one of those maps na lagi iniiwasan ng mga teams, right? Just like how I said it, man, the standard bans here for 2 teams are like Eagle Eye and then the Mexico. But then Vanguard providing us with a surprise. Eagle Eye 2.0 pulled out para dito sa game 2. It's a pretty good veto para sa ating dalawang squads, in all honesty. So, gonna be interesting to see that yung nga malalabas ngayon. Ankara is really good para sa side ng Vanguard, but Execution's already beaten Vanguard in this exact map. And would be interesting kung mapunta tayo sa Black Widow, the ultimate equalizer dito sa Pilipinas. So, may kita natin if ever, yun nga ang magiging galawan dito ng ating Vanguard na squad. Of course, all the Vanguard fans are in the chat, aka the coach, I guess. Yun nga, and hopefully, yun nga, just like how we said it, man, practice finally for the side of Vanguard. They decided to finally run some practice in the off-season, and hopefully we do see them in due time para makakuha sila ng panalo. Pero at the same time, I want Execration to win, man. I feel like it's due time para sa Execration para manalo kasi they had such a disappointing Masters. The hype was so real, man. I put them top 3 dun sa tier list namin. Yung cursed tier list namin ni Salvatore.
And it did not happen, man.
And it did not happen. Kasama sila dun sa bottom 2 with Motomac. And titignan natin, man. It's gonna be a banger. That's for sure. Like either way, kung sino man manalo dito season to, I would be very happy.
And I think, of course, there's a little bit more on the line, right? Knowing that we saw these two teams battle it out in the finals of another tournament recently on land. So there's gonna
Yes, sir.
be also some statements to be made in this series. The pressure's on, not just because of of course, the bracket, trying to hold on to the uppers, but also at the same time, a little bit of pride. Try and defend yourself after what happened back in the event. Whatever the land I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Read
got
the
map
land,
number
they will not
one,
mention.
man.
Whew. Oh,
Already
Tetsu. Ayan na nga. Kumukulit na si Tetsu. Nako po. Carlos
5
gone.
seconds into the round, and we already get a kill out of Tetsu, man.
Oh, Bem is running Seiya now. This guy keeps changing his names. But we're gonna call him Seiya for now. Pero if I get excited, I might pronounce his whole name. Pero titignan natin, man. Oh, so they're running even. So it's even Ramdre and si Seiya, aka Bem Bem Magallanes Goat. And Vanguard is running Kid from Hell, aka Kids. Kasi bad daw yun. HE double hockey sticks daw is bad pare. Folex, CLD, Tetsu, and then we're gonna have to wait and see, man. Like, see, and itong si, yeah, man, I didn't expect them to be on separate teams considering they've been together for the longest time. So, it's gonna be interesting to see. It's gonna be an interesting joust between the dalawang teams natin, man.
Yeah, we had first kill out of Tetsu. It seems a lot easier, but this time we're actually seeing a much more methodical push out to Vanguard here. And that first kill doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna go all into one side of the map, but now Flash is gonna be out. You got kids. Oh, first falling at the hands of Dracifer. Aiden, side of the site. They have to clear up the upper half. And depend on whether or not they can get this here. They are aware that Ram is right here on the other side. That's gonna be left check. He sprays down onto 2. That's gonna be a 2v3. Here.
Oh, Tetsu.
Alex. The other side, what is that? Tetsu, hello?
I mean, he has the better angle, pero hindi pa sila makakaplant dito, man. If X attempts a plant here, that's an easy swing para kay Even. Fully blinded ball, but he dodges it in time. Tetsu with the AK! Oh my god. Hi, Zenipo Moseno. How have you done that?
Good sir, what are you eating? And what a first round that was, man. A banger. You got everything.
I mean, not
Tetsu,
Heise. Wrong name.
right?
But it's Tetsu. It's John Paul pala. My bad, guys. Pero yun nga. What is Paul playing? What is his role? So is he support? I think he's support now, man.
I think he is playing as support right now. You can see how
Like from Hell entry,
positioning.
Paul X support. That's crazy, bro.
And this guy, I mean, even here, 2 minutes up, Aiden making his way forward here. Is aware that there might be someone on the other angle, and the jump spots coming from Aiden. Not getting any kind of information just yet. The smokes are gonna be up to try and slow it down. The thing is, though, right, the way that Vanguard are playing these rounds, at least so far, right, it doesn't really matter if you try and delay them because they're playing it slow anyway. And the more utility you use early, the easier it gets for Vanguard to get inside. Because then, once you're inside of the site, you're out of utility. Well, what happens when you start to try that retake? And this angle from Seiya is insane as well. Swing out, Seiya. Oh, but Tetsu strikes first.
Damn, Tetsu. He's on a tear, man. There we go. Hello? Alright, very good. I think we're back. Hello? Alright, we're back. I think. Maybe? Hello?
Okay, test.
There we go.
We're good.
All right. I think we're good. I
I
think we're
think
in
we're
the
good.
clear. I think we're good. Sorry, guys. It's
Tetsu.
just a bit of hiccup. There we go.
Sometimes
Tetsu.
it happens. Yeah,
He's
we're
gonna
back.
he's gonna get mad at me for forgetting his name, man. That was my bad. That was my bad, OG.
I'm the only one with an excuse here because I'm new.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh!
I'm sorry, Joshua. Joshua Lupangilong. Oh, Aiden though.
Oh, info. Tetsu.
Hold up, Aiden. He's getting a bit frisky. He's gotta calm down. Oh, grenade. I think he knows na ganito maglaro si Dre. He really loves playing this corner. And Dre's gonna eat that nade, man. Oh, Dre's still gonna come out. What a nice shot, galing kay Dre. So they got boxes control dito sa LA. So that's already pretty good for the side of Execration. That means this entire side of the map is not available. And the others can actually act up. Pero Kids does get the
Oh
kill
my.
on Seiya, but the 1-for-1, man. Everyone is just absolutely fighting. Pero, information na para sa side ng Vanguard na pwede na sila mag-plan dito sa B side since alam na nila meron tatlong tao dito sa A.
Tetsu.
No,
Wait, he knows, he knows. But he misses!
Oh!
He's flashed up, he's so low. One stray bullet can take him down, man. But he has to play the clock. 23 seconds here. Aware that someone's pushing on forward. Race first spotted out. Not gonna be able to connect just yet. But there is 15 seconds on the clock. With the sniper on his hands. He pushes out. Finds Racifer. 10 seconds. Trying to hold it off. And he gets here the clutch. Just 2 kills. 1 by 1. Vanguard. Then these rounds are coming down to the wire.
Yeah. This is what I in this game. So let's see. Carlo? Oh. That muzzle fire. Sobrang nakakatakot talaga yung pag lumabas na muzzle fire dun sa smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just know you dodge death, man. Especially with the way you play entrance A now, instead of standing in front of the smoke, kagaya dati, you have to stand on the stairs. So the thing is with the new smokes, right, guys, is hindi nyo makikita sa thick part ng smoke, but near the thin parts, the name still pops out. So you have to play accordingly now.
Gotta be a little more careful. A little bit more willing to play safe. There's a little bit of chip damage for both sides of the map right now, Racifer and Aiden, respectively. We got CLD. Sprays out coming in. A little bit of spam action on the other side. Nothing really connecting just yet.
Yeah. I'm so not used to Folex having 0 kills this late in the game, man. Usually he has 20 by now.
Oh, what?
Oh
What in
my
the
God.
world is that?
Oh, he runs out of bullets. There we go. 2v3. So well played galing dito sa Vanguard. Now they get B site. And they're gonna plant it immediately. Tetsu, what is he holding? Very important angles you need to be holding here. But he's gonna be holding tower for now. No, it's actually the top of boxes. Needs to slope. At merong
down.
isang tao dito. And you're gonna laugh at this call out. There's one guy in Kuya Will.
Oh.
Eden, gotta get the headshot. Oh, that's not Kuya
Yeah, I
Will.
know.
Eden's actually on the underside. Shout out Kuya
I don't know
Will,
how he's
man.
gonna win this.
Oh,
And he doesn't.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. If it works, man. And somehow, right? I mean, these
Is it
minimal
DR?
angles that somehow
Yes, DR,
for
yeah, dead round.
Vanguard, right? It's insane. Some of these shots next to impossible to hit, especially that one shot on I'm not mistaken, that last kill right before we ended that last round. Insanity we're seeing right here. And these, again, you said, as we have explained earlier, these two teams, some of the best in the region, best in the country. Just unfortunately, they didn't really work out that well in the last event. So they're here for possible relegation. They have to go through the trenches to get to climb back into the group stage.
For sure. I mean, Vanguard, man, this is the best team by far dito sa impact, and it wasn't even close, man. It wasn't even close. I don't think any team could actually touch itong Vanguard. They only lost once at group stage. They only lost once, I think, dun sa playoffs. So, they're really a team. They're an impact team, or they're a Masters team disguised as an impact team. Yun yung tagal ko na sinasabi dito sa Vanguard squad natin. So, Execration, yeah, granted na nanalo sila dito sa Sting. Oh, I accidentally said it. Pero yun nga. Granted, nanalo sila doon sa last LAN tournament natin. Yeah, it's still a lot of there's still a lot of questions that need to be answered. But now that Tetsu is on fire on the sniper, Fallex has still not kind of showed himself dito sa tournament natin. He's still yet to kind of pop off dito sa game natin. So imagine if
And I don't think he
Paul
even
starts
needs
bragging.
to.
Imagine if Paul starts rolling, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I can just imagine yung combination dito ni Kid from Hell and ni Paul. I mean, both of those players are entry through and through. And Paul now decided to play the support role, but technically they can just kind of swap with each other dito sa laruan natin. So, lots of options para dito sa Vanguard, but yeah, but I think Execration, I think this is slight overconfidence by picking Ankara first, man.
Yep. I mean, look at this. The 4-0 and oh no. They started off with Aiden.
No, that's Heize.
Yeah. That. An insane start. Again, right? We're looking at a 4-0 here. And when it comes to teams like this, right, where the skill ceiling is so high, Vanguard and Execration, some of the best teams you could ask for, right? It comes down to the mental game. And that's what they're playing right now. But here, Execration, it looks like they want to fight back. So yeah, able to take down 2 here. Numbers now finally going to be in their favor. But there's still so much time left on the clock. Oh,
how does he lose?
I don't know how he lost it, man. He would have had the advantage. The round. The answer's back.
Oh, he's out of bullet.
Oh.
Oh my god. And they have top A control. They don't know where Paul is. And they're gonna take their sweet time. They're gonna be like, alright, it's baited, man. They're not gonna
Gotta
check
check
me
out
here because I'm in the
every
smoke update moment. He's gonna check it as soon as that smoke goes down, man.
Gotta respect it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in lang. Paul says hi to his old teammate there. And 5-0 Vanguard, man. They're proving. They are proving why they are on the right side of the coin dito sa Ankara. Execration, desperate for a point. But it's tough right now, pare.
Really tough. And now here, Execration striking first again. We'll see if it's gonna end up the same way this time, though. Need to make sure that they can keep this advantage later into the round, knowing that Vanguard, they know how to play a little bit more fundamentals. But now, they're converting more kills than you could ask for. Grace for Carlo. 1 each here, Aiden. They get 12, but there's too many people on the other side here. It's gonna be Tetsu. 1v5 standing between Execration and their first point here. Pistol out. First kill over onto Carlo. Diving out through the window. Gonna be expected. Changes his mind, but now the map's gonna start shrinking. Running out of space, running out of time. He doesn't even have much on his side. Ram on the other side. A little too fast for him, and that's gonna be finally Execration getting around here.
Alright. That's the Execration that I know, my friend. Strong defense, strong fights at the start of the round. I like na mas nagiging proactive pa dito yung Execration, though, especially when it comes to that second mid side. Vanguard usually likes to run into second mid and just fight whoever's there, but winning those first 2 exchanges really gave them a hard time and kind of forced the hand dito ng Vanguard to go for something crazy. And that something crazy is unfortunately didn't work.
Now, a little bit more patient from Vanguard. They're aware that Execration might take advantage of those initial picks. You know, it happened earlier. They couldn't convert around, but now they finally have. So a change in rhythm, a change in tempo for Vanguard is what's needed here. Carlo does take down Tetsu, but is gonna have
Mm.
Racifer essentially a dead man walking right now with what 5 HP.
Wait, there's a hole in mid. I mean, Carlo, kailangan niya mag-cross galing dito sa tunnel B, and I think they used the slight timing of him not holding it. And Aiden's gonna take him down. B side could be
Oh.
wide open here, Josh.
Looks like it. CLD also coming in from the other side. The crunch. The way that Vanguard is playing the map is insane right now. Execration, when they lose sight of one part of the map. Vanguard just takes it, and they respect nothing. No territory for you. Racifer will fall. Oh yeah, he was so low. It would have been a hard bet either way. And now it's gonna be Aven all alone here in a 1v3. 3 seconds left here. The spray down from Kid. Good surge
Look at
jumping
that,
down
man.
from the sky.
And that's the main difference ng sinabi ko kanina, no? I felt like si Kid from Hell from the Master season. I felt like he kind of played on a leash because the Execration, they're more of a systematic kind of team, right? So, I mean, VG, they're a bit crazy in the head, man, and I can say this. So, I feel like it's a perfect environment for this kid to flourish, man. Especially pagdating dito sa mga crazy fights. And when it comes to crazy fights, I feel like he's the perfect man for it, especially with his background going into LAN. And this is a culture thing, no, Josh. I'll teach you about culture here sa CF. There are players who play with no sound in this game. And this is one of them. And this is one of the best pagdating sa mga ganun. So, them teaching him to play with sound this time, and him with his insane aim, I mean, I feel like he could be unleashed sa roster na to, man.
Yeah. Again, I mean, the whole reason why we have shuffles on rosters like this is because they need to find that right chemistry, right? Because even if it's a super team, most super teams don't really work, right? Strong personalities, even when it comes down to the mechanics that are strong on each of the players, sometimes they're just not able to reach their full potential. But it looks like right now, Vanguard, they finally unlocked something out of these players. I mean, look at Fall X. This guy has switched over into the support role this time around. And it seems to be working, right, for them. But now, for this round, Execration going to be answering back. It's just kill after kill across the map. I don't know what's going on. It's a Mexican standoff. They're just getting their ones right now. This round is classic Crossfire, if you could ask for it.
Yeah,
Man.
that's
It's like we're
classic
playing
Vanguard
ranked.
Crossfire too, man. I mean, that's just the way it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Pero Tetsu mahuhulog dito. Both players low HP. One person playing battery, one person playing a bit far from his teammate. Pero CLD, you have to play careful, my friend Jamero. You cannot peek out because Dracifer
Ooh.
is a very dangerous man. And nakita pa kasi Paul dito sa 2F.
It's so low.
He's gonna spam it.
Try to find the angle here.
Patience game. Oh, he has the nade too.
Lots of utility here. The defuse coming on through. The ninja defuse. Can he? Oh!
Mm-mm.
Down to the last second, Sneaky. That's how you play it. Vanguard, ever so patient. Doesn't matter if it's by an inch or by a mile, as long as you do get that round.
And yeah, back to the point. I feel like Ankara was a mistake. Para sa side ng Execration, yeah, you're pretty strong on this map, guys. Pero, hey, Vanguard, undefeated in this map, in Impact. Actually, they have one loss. But I'll take it as undefeated. Pero Kid from Heck. Kid from HE double hockey sticks, pare. It's done it once again. They take out Dracifer, which is a really, really good anchor para sa side ng Execration. So I think a 4v4. This could play in the hands of VG. Execration, though, still pretty doable. Considering si Seiya, napakagaling yan mag-equalize ng numbers dito sa mapa natin.
Let's see if they can get the timings right, though. I mean, this is the part of the round where Execration starts getting caught off rotations, right? In a reaction to the first 2 kills that do come on through the kill feed, they try and reinforce their already stalwart defense. The problem is, right, that's the timing in which they choose to rotate. That's where you start losing now. Ram, aware of the push up, he does get it first, but Aiden's there. The trade is perfect, but now Aiden, on top of the site, he does find CLD. Dalawa na naman titira for the side of Vanguard, and look at that. Great defense from Execration here, bringing us to halftime. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a matter of just hitting even or not dito sa top A. And even, he survived. It's not like survive. He dodged like 20 shots from the players entering dito
Now,
sa
this guy
A
had
side.
plot armor. That's what it was.
Oh, may plot armor dito si Tropang Even. So he kind of dodged every single bullet dito ni Aiden. Unfortunately, could not get the top 8 players. 72 is a stellar start para sa side ng Vanguard, man. And I feel like especially when they start rolling dito sa PL side, considering how momentum heavy this team is, I mean, the rest of the half looks dangerous para sa side ng Execration. Execration, someone has to go crazy para sa kanila dito. And para sa akin, it has to be Ben. It has to be Seiya. It has to be him showing his old team how it's done pagdating nga dito sa ating PL side. Now with Execration, more systematic is something, yun nga, kagaya na sinabi ko, it's something that he prefers, you know, being, I mean, a lot more safe gameplay pa din natin sabihin dito from their side. I mean, let's see if it actually works. I mean, Dre now being the main entry, possibly of the squad, could be a very interesting thing. And I like this small detail, no, that Carlo and Tetsu are both IGLs and they are both sniping as well, pare.
The parallels never disappoint here, but oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a Vanguard round if you could ask for it, right? Span of a few seconds, 5 bodies on the floor here. Execration down to the last 2 players, but Carlo's gonna be answering back. Finds Pollux on the other side. The C4 is not in his hands. Oh, he reloads it from his CLD, but he still gets that kill. And it's Tetsu. You know where he is? And he's smoked off.
Smoke's about to be gone.
Can they dissipate?
Oh!
He finds
How do you see
Carlo.
that?
I don't know how, but he gets the C4 and he's running away. He's booked it towards the other side.
Oh, the pre-fire's real. I think he knows na he has to be stuck in the background, but Dre! That's not a smart play by Dracifer in any facet, pare, but he peeks him anyway, says hi. Execration get around on the board dito sa kanila BL side. What is going on? They got absolutely rolled dito sa A side, but they somehow bring it back, man.
I don't know how or why, man. But hey, that's what you need. Execration waking up in the right time if they want to get that comeback. Carlo striking first again, reminiscent of that first round in the first half. But this time it looks like they are prepared to convert these rounds off of that first kill. You know? Bottom. 4v5. Slow take coming from Execration, changing it up. And Ram, he's aware. A Folex on the other side of this corner, waiting for the right timing.
Tetsu gone. That's a common sight.
Oh.
As a Vanguard, pero yun nga, CLD is gonna go down. And they can hear everything. Paul hears everything. Aiden's gonna take down Carlo. So that's already a good start to a 4v3. Paul, are they gonna check him? Ito yung tanong. Are they gonna check Fall X in Hotel? I think he just wants to keep it on Hotel control. I think if you give Hotel control to Execration right now, that's bad. Because he'd lose access to second mid. So everyone has to stay on site para sa Execration. But do they know Ram? Oh, what a shot from Aiden! Pero yun lang, they get taken down immediately, and this is what I was talking about, Josh, the systematic gameplay. You peek one, 3 people pop out, and that's how you counter it. That's how you counter the Vanguard retake. 4-7 Execration. It's getting spicy on Ankara, pare.
Yeah. Couldn't ask for more, man. We said it was going to be a banger series, and it looks like we are prepared for that comeback. Execration. The protocols that they've set up, stopping the retakes like that, right? One person sees one.
Oh, that's the revenge.
The revenge, man. On to Avon. This time, we're starting it off on the other foot. Vanguard gets that first kill. And with Avon having been one of the more important fraggers for Execration in the first half, might not bode well for his team here in this round. But we'll see. Still a lot of time, a lot of space on this map that has yet to be explored. And the way that Execration plays, right? I mean, these guys are shooters through and through. So it doesn't matter who is on the server, especially since we've seen some more insane takes in the last few games. So I would not be surprised if this still does work out for Execration, knowing that they did lose the first member for this round.
Oh, they're taking it slow. I don't like how Vanguard holds yung Hotel. Paul having to smash two angles at the same time. And yun na nga yung sinasabi ko. Paul X trying to deal some damage, but still, it's a 4v4. Carlo's gonna retake itong Tunnels B. And they're not gonna expect him to be this deep, man.
Yeah. Great timing, right? Out of this,
Yeah.
Carlo also, oh my god, zero respect for the kind of space that Vanguard was taking. He knows that people were coming at him and he was ready for it. Doesn't care how many bodies are on the other side of that wall. Now 24 seconds left here in the round and Vanguard did an attempt to try and get that retake through. They do get one, but Seiya answering back. All X. Nothing. It's just way too much. The anti-retake.
Oh. The game that I want. I don't want the one-sided game, pare. Especially up against these two teams. I want them to be neck and neck OT every single game. Let's see, man. Now, Vanguard playing default. And now, tignan mo yung ginagawa ng Execration. They're looking for Tetsu to pick early, man. They know where Tetsu is. Yes, they do. They expect it, man. Siya magpipick una dito.
What a read. What a read. That's what you could ask for. Vanguard gonna have to start changing how they play the rounds off of this. We saw it was played out earlier. Now Execration, they're the ones who have the upper hand. They're the ones with the momentum. Now it should be a matter of time between Vanguard if they can get the timing off of this. Gets the outside, yep. A little bit of damage taken, but he still does stay alive for a little bit longer. Don't want to sacrifice more, knowing that they still need to get on site. But at least he did get some information for his team. Make a read here. Flash is now going to be coming out. Aven falls at the hands of Paul X. They're going to hold on to it. The site. Tooth and nail they fight here. Fall X good for one. Ram on the inside, but here CLD comes in, bailing his teammate out. There's only two people left on the side of Execration. They're running out of time.
Oh, CLD, he keeps it locked down dito sa top A. Carlo na lang natitira, the leader. The IPL, the man with the brains. He decides an Execration. Aiden is gonna spot him, but the spray control not gonna be enough. Fall X with 2 taps to the face. That usually kills any man. 8-5, Vanguard 2 points away from taking Execration's map pick here, man.
Not gonna be fun, man. Only 2 rounds to go. Remember, we talked about Vanguard earlier. They're a very, very momentum-based team. If they can just get one more round out of this, it's practically sealed here if Execration can't stop it. And imagine losing your own map pick here. We don't know what could be going through the minds of these guys right now. Of course, knowing that these two teams, it's easy to bounce back. This being what it is between these two. A little bit of a rivalry, a test of your new rosters between these two. Who walked away with a better deal on the switch up, right? But they've run so much time through this. Only 1.5 minutes left here for Execration. And Vanguard, they're playing a very different look this time around. Hold on to your corners, stay disciplined. That way you don't overextend, which is what punished them the last few rounds. At Execration, they're looking for that aggression, and they're not giving it away.
Yeah, this is a classic Execration, no? I mean, this is the exact same pace that they played sa Masters now. Very slow map control para sa kanila dito, but I think Vanguard kind of expects it. But Aiden, he's at the bar and he's gonna serve a knuckle sandwich dito. Seiya, now expecting that there is gonna be a hotel player. Good cover. Galing dito kay Fallex, but they do not prevent the hotel from being run over by Execration.
That's a 4-man roster coming their way.
Yeah, they have to hold, man, but this is a tough hold. Anyone coming from second mid? No, it's covered. They have to send it. And they do. I mean, 1 for 1 so far. Tetsu still worried about mid-side. CLD inside of batteries, and he's charged up and ready to go. They get the tower player. Ayun lang. 1v1 Tetsu versus Carlo. And Carlo with a headshot on the cold. What a shot. by the captain, pare. 8 and 6. Execration? Making things interesting. Oh my god, down to a 1v1. Let's freaking go, man. This game's getting me hyped.
It is getting hyped, man. It looked one-sided at first, but now Execration, they're turning up and never looking back here, looking for that comeback. Only 2 rounds to go to catch up to Vanguard here. Again, it's going to be a different look. 4-man push out towards B. Aiden has an angle. He gets checked out. Razor sees his head first. Now, response out of Vanguard here. The flash is out to try and keep them alive. Seiya falling at the hands of Fall X. He doubles back. Guilty spotted out here. Nades out in his face. Ram right there. Coming in, raining death from the sky, but there's so much damage done onto the members of Execration. Now, the defense. Lull in the round. Silence for Execration. Try to make Vanguard feel like there might be a rotation going on. They're not going to plant just yet. Wait for the last possible second here. But they're not biting the bait.
Oh, they're playing with their minds here, man. Taking their sweet time, but do they know that someone's going to come from the backside?
Oh!
They knew! But unfortunately, the shot wasn't there para dito kay Kids. Alright, 8-7. Okay, Execration. They're making a comeback of epic proportions here, Josh. Grabe, 1 point talaga pagitan ng dalawang teams natin at this very moment. Vanguard shaking and quaking in their boots. So what's the adjustment here? Execution still the exact same, no? Magdi-defense lang sila, wait for Tetsu to make a mistake, and then they're gonna do something sa mapa.
Yeah, man, Execration, when you give them that 1 inch, they turn it into a mile. Most of these rounds that Vanguard have lost have actually come in from some off timings, some unsupported pushes from one side, right? No trades, granted. And I think it looks like, to me, Vanguard may be spreading themselves a little bit too thin. Maybe actually let it go in and then play for that retake, because we actually saw much more out of the retakes from Vanguard once he did get that adaptation up against Execration. Of course, at this point in time, you don't even want to give them that chance to put that bomb down, because they're getting so close. Vanguard had this gigantic lead at the start of our second half, and now it's been whittled down to only 1 round difference. So Execration, they're feeling it, right? You imagine the mental aspect has now fallen in favor of Execration, despite the fact that they are still down 1 round.
But they knew. They know na magpupush dito yung Vanguard. CLD looking for a bit too much. And Vanguard's gonna adjust accordingly, no? 50 seconds, and I think the execute is gonna be B-side. So they're gonna insta-take itong hotel, and they're gonna go straight into that B-side. So if I was Vanguard here, I would be more worried about mid. I think it's fine to play retake leads to B-side.
But it's so close. There's only 30 seconds in this round, man. Execration, they need to get a move on. And Kids, oh no, he walks out. He gets 1.
He gets 1. That's
he spots
mad.
4 out on the other side. He gets a second as well. But now Execration, they have to follow up on that 3v3 here. 20 seconds left in the round. Vanguard have nowhere to go because Execration, they're coming in from all corners of the map right now. Even he takes down Tetsu, but they're still alive.
30 seconds.
12 seconds. 10 seconds left here. Aven gets Aiden. And now Folex. This guy is standing
6,
between Execration
5,
and the tie.
So much time.
3 seconds. Oh, they finally get that bomb down, but now it's gonna be a 1v3. Folex is gonna have to get this retake all on his own. Ram stuck in a corner, gets shot down. He knows, but now he has to check out every single part of the site right now. Seiya spotted out on the other side of the box, but he doesn't see Aven on the other side. There we go. We're tied up. It's 8-8. We're neck and neck.
Oh, what a series. What a game. Ankara, what was once in control dito ng Vanguard, and now they're slowly breaking down. So, they're gonna throw something very risky at Execration. So, titignan natin kung ano magiging reaction ng ating team. Look at how aggressive Even is. He knows that there is a spot in mid that he can go for. And he has gone behind enemy lines. Problema nga lang, may mahahanap pa siya dito sa A site. Is this gonna be a death trap for the side of Execration?
It's happened before.
Folex, he's gonna get surprised.
No. What? There is no shot.
They're gonna go B. Oh
They
no,
have no
they're gonna
idea.
go A. Yeah.
That's it. Full
Oh,
battlefield.
it's not worth it. Is it? Oh, it's not worth it, man. All that flanking. And he only got one dude.
That's going to be Folex. 3 people coming his way. Sprays out onto Carlo. The second as well. But now, we're equalized. No, we're not. Aiden's still alive. It's 2v1. And Seiya has made his way over onto the site. He is aware of the positioning of at least one of the enemy players. Now he's going to have to be able to isolate these fights. Aiden, so low, he's practically dead. But now with the bomb down, Vanguard nowhere to go. He's going to have to run down this clock. Very few utilities left in his hands here. And CLD Aiden coming in from 2 different corners of the map. Does have the smoke. This should be able to delay them. But now, the amount of angles just head on a swivel here. CLD, but on the other side, and he gets sprayed down through that smoke. Seiya down, and that's going to be Vanguard holding on to the lead by a hair.
It's so close. It's so close for Vanguard, pero nararamdaman ko pa rin, Josh. Nararamdaman ko pa rin na overtime could be there. Could be there. I mean, it's 8 and 9, right? Anyone could take it.
Anyone could take it, man.
Anyone could take it, but it feels like it's gonna go OT, man. The gut feeling is there, galing sa akin.
Gonna be expecting it there. So Execration, changing it up again. They've seen kids way too many times up in this area. And because of that, you can see how passive they are. Like waiting on this angle, waiting for him to push out, and actually expecting him there, investing a couple of nades out as well if they can find it. But we'll see. Slow push out of Execration. They're trying to play that same rhythm, right? Because after all that aggression, all the aggression from Vanguard, the last few rounds, they've been able to punish it. Now, after those nades have been spent out, they're expecting maybe a secondary push here, but this time, Kids has
Double
Fall
Vents
X
is
right
crazy
behind
work.
them. Exactly. And if they push out, that's 2 crosshairs right at their faces. It's going to be very bad for them. Not going to be fun.
Man, the silence, man, it's deafening for both sides. Here comes the vent play. Oh, he gets one. Fallex trying to see if he can gain another control. But Fallex, he's also going to be busy. Entering itong entrance A. Fallex, he gets one. So it's a 3v3. At the moment, CLD8 and Tetsu trying to run for dear life dito sa A site. Tetsu, nandito na ka. Smoke, ilalabag na. Vanguard, kumakatok na dito sa A site. Hindi pa nakakaplanti. Execration, look at the HP bars of the last 2 players. And look at Aiden, he's going absolutely hog wild. And he gets us 3K! Heize Nepo Museno. I got the name right this time. And ain't no goddamn mistake. That kid is him. Oh my god. Holy moly. They knew they were low. They knew they were low. And Vanguard, man, they take Ankara against Execration. Eagle Eye is still up in the air, pare, pero what a wild ending to this first map, man.
Yeah. Couldn't ask for more, man. We saw it, the comeback almost there. But in the end, right after all that climbing, they got denied by one singular man. That is how you end a banger of a first map. But of course, this is still a best of 3. Even with Vanguard having won that, Execration have the chance to come back, even if they have lost their own map pick here.
Yeah, I mean, it's still quite the game, man. Still quite the game, man. Vanguard, they played really well. Very aggressive crossfire, just as expected. Execration, you could say the same, but they had the handle of things in this Ankara map, and they had the comeback going. The momentum was there. You know, the reads were there. They knew Tetsu was gonna go aggressive, but then, pagdating nga dito sa last round natin, double vents play, Fallex getting 2. He has done so much delay dito sa A side, and the amount of time that it took, that it took para sa Execration na umakyat dito sa top A. I mean, Vanguard was already knocking at the door. And I feel like Execration, they could not pull out at any time. Wala na silang nades. They could not do anything. They could not rotate. They cannot run the risk of getting flanked. So they had to take itong top A. But then the nades started raining down. Everyone was low HP. One flash later, Aiden was flying in like he's Superman. Grabe. All you can do is laugh about it, man, because
Yeah,
it's
like
just insane.
it was insane. Just when you thought, right, it was gonna go to overtime, but you realize, right, it's just the sheer amount of HP that they had, all that climbing, all that hard work to get there, and then Aiden just slaps you out. That's
That's
gonna be a
classic Aiden too,
heartbreaker.
man.
Yeah,
That's
on
classic
their
Aiden.
own map pick too. That's a heartbreaker of a start to the series. So Execration, they're gonna have to pick up the pieces during this little break that we have. When it comes to
Yeah.
map number 2, they're gonna have to go back to the server, gonna go back to work, see if they can bring it back and
I can't.
stretch us all the way to map number 3.
That's true. I can't stop smiling, man. This storyline is so freaking good. And the story writes itself at this point. And ayun nga, that's why I enjoy CFE sports, man. There's a lot of storylines na hindi na realize ng general audience natin what is going on. Ayun nga, no, with the roster changes between these two teams, to do players trying to prove who is the player that would benefit the most dito sa roster changes natin. Granted, I feel like both of them kind of benefited equally dito sa roster changes natin. I feel like they contributed pretty well dito sa dalawang teams. But a win is definitely gonna be, kind of a win is definitely gonna set in your mind. It's like, did I make the right decision? Parang ganun, no? So, titita natin, man. I really feel like this is gonna be the eagle eye that would decide if this was worth it or not. But Execration, man, I feel like they could still definitely win this map number 2, especially considering, the map is slightly GR sided. I feel like Execration does really well when it comes to their GR side, except kanina. Um, but yeah, I mean, PL side is looking pretty impressive. Galing sa kanila dito. Granted, it is pretty slow. From time to time, may mga ibang rounds na mabilis din dito yung Execration, but they do get run over. But, when it comes to yung mga kanilang 2v3s, they look pretty solid yung Execration dito sa mapa natin. But then, when it comes to those straight up fights, those straight up fist fights, man, that's where Vanguard really succeeds, but
Yeah. I actually, yeah, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, right? When it gets into a money man fight, when when everything hits the fan, right? Somehow Vanguard still ekes out the win, and those are some of the rounds that you think would actually go towards Execration because everything's set up for them, right? They have their protocols for the counter to the retake of how Vanguard does it. But at the end of the day, somehow, right, when everything gets messy, I don't know, the target selection, the choice of which angle to take, right? Somehow Vanguard ekes out that win, even if it's just down by a couple of inches away, right, from Vanguard, from Execration. And it's those moments that really test you as a team. Right now, when it comes to playing as a team, these two teams are great at it, but
mhm.
we've transcended the part where it comes to team play, right? Because they're going head to head, mind to mind, IGL to IGL, and when it's necessary, the highlight plays have to come out. It just so happens that in this map, Vanguard came out with him, especially that last round by Aiden. By God, was that insane!
Yeah, and I feel like kid from HEW the Hockey Sticks, man, is really fit right in dito sa roster na to, and I kind of expected it, right? I feel like everyone behind the scenes in sa Vanguard also expected it na, he's a bit crazy, and Vanguard loves crazy, pare, and I feel like that system kind of fit right in para sa kanya dito, right? I mean him and Folex dun sa Ven, that's not normal. That's for sure. That is not normally dito sa Ven side natin. And sometimes you have to play the risk game, especially when it comes to scorelines like this, 8 and 9. I mean, Kid, he did get that first kill dito sa Ven. Folex got away in time. Si Kid ginawang early warning system dito sa A side natin. And Folex got away in time because of him. And despite Folex dying dito sa may room A natin, the amount of delay, kagaya ng sinabi ko, the amount of delay that he has done in that last round got them back in the site just in time. Overall, I think it's a really good game para sa Vanguard. I think they just got a bit shaky dito sa yeah, they just got a bit shaky dito sa sa mid round natin, sa mid game natin, especially they just started losing rounds. I can feel yung frustration dito ni Tetsu of really trying to take that first pick out of the hands dito na Execration, but instead Execration was kind of expecting it, no, na lalabas dito si Tetsu, he's gonna go for a first pick, and then yun yung parang sign dito ng Execration, no? It's like, oh, we got the first kill, okay, it's time to execute. Nasa atin na yung lead when it comes to when it comes to the man advantage. So ayun nga, they're catching this tendency na ginagawa dito ng Vanguard of going out at 1 minute just for the sake of information. And it was punished time and time again. And it wasn't actually just the Tetsu, right? It was also the CLD kanina when he pushed the second mid and he pushed all the way into market, all the way into bypass. And I wouldn't say that lost him the round, but that's a tendency na kayang i-punish dito ng Execration, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, props to Execration as well, right? Finding that one abusable part of the take that Vanguard was doing. They got so close to it, but yeah, again, I think for both these teams, the baseline of skill level and their what one would call the bottom performance, right, is very high for both these teams. So to the fact that it's just the adaptations, right? They're coming at the right time. In fact, if maybe Execration adapted a little bit earlier, it could have gone all the way into overtime, or even a more satisfying win for Execration if that happened even.
For sure. And Eagle Eye is going to be very interesting, though. I think knowing from my history from playing with the players, especially from the X side, I think I've seen Carlo play some. I think I've seen Carlo play some fair share of Eagle Eye games. See Ben, maybe not so much. So maybe the lack of experience can kind of bite them at the back, no? Especially, parang ito yung trap card. Ito yung trap card dito ng ating ito yung trap card ng ating Vanguard squad. I think this is what they learned in the off season, which they sorely needed, though. Kasi I feel like some of the other maps, I feel like if they lose, definite loss talaga. Pwede natin sabihin dito. And if they have something up their sleeve, especially when it comes to regional finals, they could be the first team in history. I'm just saying, they could be the first team in history to come from Impact and go all the way to CFS. But that's me ahead of time, pare.
They need to get through this first,
They
man.
need to get through this first.
It's a long road when you think about it, right? But I mean, you need to celebrate the victories as they come. Otherwise, it's just gonna be this long grind that is not rewarding to you. So for both these teams, they need to first climb their way back into the regionals, get to the group stage, and even then, at that point, you really need to be consistent all the way to make it to the international stage.
Here comes the highlights. One of the craziest games, honestly. One of the craziest games that you could ever imagine dito sa Ankara. And here we have the set summary, of course. Tetsu. KD could have been higher, but kills per round is pretty high because he keeps peeking. And Folex, I like the comeback galing dito kay Folex. No? I feel like he played somewhat bad sa first part when Vanguard was just rolling, but I feel like he didn't really have to do anything. CLD, despite yung 0.77 KD, man, that B-side defense galing sa kanya.
Yeah, the impact.
That's hard to penetrate, bro.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you don't really see the amount of impact seen in the numbers, right? But the way that he's been able to play as an anchor to the team, right? CLD, doesn't matter how many bodies you throw at him, he will, if not take them all down at the same time, be able to do so much damage that when the retake does come in, things get a lot easier. So we can see, especially in that last round, the winning round for Vanguard, where there was so much damage done onto the last remaining players of Execration that it all came down to just one spray from Aiden to get them past that finish line.
Yeah. And this map number 2 is going to be very interesting, though. This is definitely going to depend on who's going to start better dito sa laruan natin. That is for sure. I feel like if Execration starts really good, then Vanguard gets a bit tilted. But then, since it is a Vanguard pick, most likely Execration is going to be starting GR side dito sa map na to. You really want to start GR side in this map, man. I feel like you have to get most of your points in the first half. If you don't, then it's going to be hell on earth para bumalik dito sa game natin. So, gonna be interesting to see kung matutuloy nga ng Vanguard yung kanila momentum here from game number 1. Just like how I said it, man, they're a very momentum-based team. So if they have the momentum and they can carry it dito sa map number 2, then yeah, it could be winnable. No, pare.
Yeah, it might be wraps. As we've seen things like that before. But yeah, I mean, you still need to respect on the other side, right, the ability of Execration to be able to come back from a loss like that. To come back, I mean, we saw a very an insanely powerful first half from Vanguard, right? That it went down to the wire. Second map already here. And Tetsu has already opened up onto Carlo again. And we talked about earlier how Vanguard are able to convert the rounds on the back of those first frags that come from Tetsu. And now it's going to be ending at a 2v2. CLD takes down Seiya. It's a 1v1. Mexican standoff here. C4 in the middle and nowhere. Racifer. Solo. Reload has to come in for CLD if he wants to get this past. And that's it. Vanguard. First round. A little oopsies, I think. Yep. So, kamusta guys? The joke lang. So yeah, some interesting things happening on the server here. And there is Sneaky's arm making its way back into the some unfortunate.
Sorry, I'm
things
trying to
happen.
avoid my sorry, I'm trying to avoid si Tetsu dito sa A site, man. So,
Yeah, man. I mean, he was right behind you just a few seconds ago.
What's going on, man? So you got I wonder what happened round one, man. Because I was doing a bit of hiding.
Oh, it was a.
Run me back.
It was a classic, right? You got the down to the 1v1 Mexican standoff type
Of course.
face off. It was CLD versus Racifer, and yeah, I mean Vanguard still won it in the end. But again, this came back to what we said earlier, how things come down to the 1v1s for Vanguard.
Oh, what is Carter doing, brother? He got stuck on the window. Oh, Tetsu doesn't give a F, man. He's
There's
just
no
keep rolling.
shot. This is not a replay, right? This is exactly what happened earlier.
This is not how Eagle Eye works.
No, it's not. It shouldn't work like this. And we've seen this before, right? We talked about earlier how Tetsu always gets that opening kill, and Vanguard are able to convert rounds off of that. So that's gonna be the second round again. It's the same pattern. Tetsu takes down Carlo, and then Vanguard goes all in. And yeah, this shouldn't be how Eagle Eye works, but it seems to be working that way here.
Oh,
but this
there
time
we go.
Carlo will strike back. Tetsu, this map comes down to the hands of the snipers. That's what it looks like to me.
All right, kids in Fall X, bro. Fall X is just straight up in B site. He's just like, I'm gonna check my tao dito. Yup. All right, I'm gonna go back. What do you mean? How does that work? It doesn't make sense. Carlo gets kids anyways, but they're stuck outside ng B site dito, and they're gonna re-clear long. Oh, but I don't like that even back off, man. I feel like you should get control there. Okay. No, he's going crazy. All right. We were getting a bit crazy dito sa Eagle Eye, man. Let's calm down. Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. Lahat huminga.
Dude, that Aiden round, he could have gotten that round. That's the same way he ended map 1. But anyway, I mean, at least for Execration, they hashed their egg earlier. It's 2-1 for the start. Good for them. And this time, they're not going to give Vanguard that kind of leeway, that kind of a lead. Make it easy. So Execution looks like they have come back from that. It might be a double sniper setup for them, but again, Tetsu, he gets the better of Carlo. This, man, I think we're going to start every round with these kinds of 1v1 face-offs between the two snipers.
There we go. Classic Vanguard starts to the round. 2 players already dead. Carlo and Seiya already out of the picture. And just like how I said it, man, this is the most unnatural Eagle Eye game kasi yung nakasanayan ko dito sa Eagle Eye is everyone just plays so until they get hotel control and then they eventually crawl in the site.
Yep.
And there we go. Hey, just get A. Just like that. Tetsu. Classic Tetsu, man. It's the classic Tetsu overextension.
And it's funny, right? We call it an overextension, but for Tetsu, it just works. And it's been working for the last 4 rounds. And I think, right, we saw earlier how this has turned into the opening fights between Carlo and Tetsu. Whoever wins that fight usually does convert around on the back of that. And now, it's going to be a little bit slower. Tetsu, out here, Flash not going to be able to peek out, knowing that Execration might be stacking up so many people on the other side of that. I'll play it. Nades out. Or push. Racifer. Expected. This high-low setup from Kids and Tetsu could be fatal for Execration if they overextend here. They have to take it slow. Change in tempo for the Vanguard squad now. And Fall X. I think he has. I'm not sure if he had swapped out information through that door off of those peaks. But gotta be careful. Lots of time burned out already.
Oh, once again, they just changed up the pace. They were like, all right, instead of the start of the round, gagawin natin, we're gonna delay a bit, and we're gonna put Tetsu on tower. Carlo's gone! Out of the picture, out of the frame. Pero dito na yung Execration. Tetsu with another kill dito kay Tracer for trying to make a flank happen. But how does Execration get back into this? Ram is gonna go down. Pero 1v1 na naman, Tetsu.
So
Tetsu with his old buddy, old pal, Mr. Bim. Mr.
this
Bim
nade?
versus Joshua. That nade's gonna kill him. Yeah.
That's it.
One gift from another, buddy.
Gotta respect it, sir. And now that's 3-2 Execration. Down but not out. They're keeping it close this time around. No comeback needed. They will go head to head up against their comrades in arms. We got Folex. High up there. Gonna get taken down by a Ram. Kid's gonna be answering back. Damage done. But still so much space to be covered. And Carlos already coming in from the other side. Takes down CLD.
Alright, they're matching the pace. I like it.
So low. The adaptations from Execration, they're coming a lot faster this time around. Ooh, missed nade here, Aiden. Almost punished here by his own grenade. Tetsu missing that shot. Seiya knows where he is. Flash. Expected out here. They're getting shot down. Dracifer. What a timing on the rotation here. That does get them another. We are tied up 3-3.
Oh my god. Alright, let's calm down. Ayun na nga. Let's see, man. There we go. This is the pacing that I expect. Galing dito sa Eagle Eye.
Yep. We asked for
slowly
calm. We got the calm.
Yeah, and so they're gonna slowly take itong long room. And they're gonna try and see if they can get anything going. Even getting a bit aggressive dito sa house. Fall X, Carlo, bit of a long flick dito kay Paul. CLD is gonna get Seiya and they know that he's stuck on the bottom side ng A site. Dracifer at Ram na lang natitira dito.
Retake. Bomb down now. We've seen Dracifer get some timings off of these lurks. We'll see if he can get. He's gonna be spotted out here.
He's dead,
Tetsu
man.
sees him. And he's gone. Dracifer.
They're gonna chase him.
1v3 playing from on top of the tower. Drops down into the hands of Tetsu. Very welcome from him. Vanguard taking that lead again from Execration, denying the hope that they could have asked for.
It's getting hectic dito sa mapa natin. And first of all, the BL side should never ever get the lead dito sa mapa na to. And somehow Vanguard is doing it. And just like how I said it, man, I feel like yung kulang talaga sa Vanguard dun sa Impact season nila was that trap card. And I feel like now with Eagle Eye in their pocket, pare, you know, could be one of those things that they can kind of have over etong team natin. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Bit of a dead round, 4-2-3 pa rin yung scoreline natin dito. Dracifer just run it, man. Dracifer, press escape. Space. Ayan, there we go. Back to the camera we go, guys. Reporting live from Eagle Eye. 4-3 na po yung scoreline natin dito. Yeah, it's pretty wild, honestly, yung game na to so far. Just like how I said it, yung pinapanood ko from the other regions, how they play Eagle Eye, especially China, man, they play it really, really slow. They want to take out the sniper first, line smoke dito sa A side. Meron kang dalawang options once you put that line smoke down. Either go straight up, run down dito sa LA natin, and try and see if you can just take down yung mga A players. Or there's also the option of also smoking with the exact same smoke, line smoke, and then you smoke mid as well, and then you go straight from mid into the B site. And usually you never take etong B site kaya dito sa long B because that's never a winning fight para dito sa mga BL natin. But hey man, they made it work.
I mean, it's funny how we started the map, right? It was the Filipino style of play, right? Fast fights started around Tetsu versus Carlo, and then we eventually settled on the expected type of play here. But now, gonna be back in the lobby again. For those of you who are just joining us, it is 4-3 here. Vanguard's still gonna be in the lead, and some nades spammed out towards one side. Carlo takes down kids early here. Again, this does usually bode well for Execration if they can get that first frag out and they are running out of
Ram
space. I don't even know what kind of speed they're playing out of here. Seiya takes down Aiden, but oh, now it's gonna be Tetsu all alone, and that's gonna be it. Yeah, Sneaky, we asked for the slow. We were granted it for one round.
Yeah, I mean 4-4.
This hotel hold from Execration is great. Doesn't matter how many bodies you throw at it. It seems to me that they're just able to spray down onto whoever else is there.
Yeah. Kids has okay. It makes sense. Bogdan rule, of course. I think we know what that is.
Tetsu. Oh, there's no respect for the smoke. He just walks on through. Ah! Oh no. You thought you were slick, but you were not, sir.
That's a good old Tetsu moment right there, man. The moment he looks back, he is the biggest victim of timing. Honestly, this guy.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate, right? He had the potential to do it, but it just happens. It's part of the game. We got a minute and a half left on the clock here. Vanguard down one, and with kids so low, it's gonna be a hard one. But Folex does find Ram, and I like how CLD is holding on to one side of the map here, trying to deny any kind of lurch from them. But Racer takes down 1 and 2. The CLD aware, so low as well, down to half HP, and they've been caught in this area before, just outside of hotels. Seiya, oh boy, barely missed. There's only a minute left now. Pressure in time and pressure in space here for the side of Execration. So Vanguard, they need to find a way through, break through the defense, look for that gap, but it's just so little time.
I feel like it's not gonna happen because it's a classic Dracifer round. There we go. That is what Dracifer does. And there we go.
We're back.
And there we go. We're back. Someone's asking, kamusta yung weather dito sa Eagle Eye? Pretty good.
Quite a bit of chance of rain.
Bit of chance of rain. Di ko alam kung umabot dito yung habagat dito sa Eagle Eye, Pampanga, pare. Pero
dito
yun
sa Cebu, hindi umabot eh.
That's true. Back in the presidential palace dito ng ni Juswave. We have our own environment. So I live in Crossfire. You live in the presidential palace. Si Salvatore nakatira sa spaceship.
This guy lives in Cyberpunk, si Salvatore.
Oh my. Like, he has his own thing going. Pero yun nga, Eagle Eye has not gone in the way that we expected. Yun nga, no, granted, may lead pa rin dito yung Execration natin. Pero pagdating nga dito sa Eagle Eye, no, if you don't get a heavy start dito sa GR nyo, it's gonna be a bit of trouble. But if Execration can match the pace dito ng Vanguard, then gonna be an interesting thing. Problema ka lang, yun nga, no, kagaya na sinabi ko, Execration loves the slower way of things. And they could benefit from having a smaller map. Pero titignan pa natin with a good first kill dito kay Dracifer. That's such a key kill. Carlos gonna get CLD. Oh, look at this aggressive peek galing kay Tetsu. He's gonna get 3! Oh my god! Joshua's going crazy. And I'm not talking about Bobby.
Not even me, man. The other Joshua on the server are gonna be out of here. Carlos answering back, but it's insanity. Third kill from Tetsu. Finishing it off with a pistol classic. Look how beautiful that round was played, man. He was able to isolate those gunfights. Didn't even need much help from his teammates. At the end of the day, it's going to be a great conversion coming in for the side of Vanguard. Now we're on the second half. So Execration, They need to change it up. They know that their initial plan's not working out. Carlo, waiting for the aggression from Vanguard. He knows that kids and Fall X, they are, of course, the very young guns on the other side. And because of that, right, a little bit too much aggression might be enough to punish them. But this time, it looks like they've reined it in. Kids and Fall X, we saw them play a little bit too aggressive on map 1. But now, they're changing it. New look, flexible outcomes for Vanguard. And as we play it here, they're running down the clock. Execration. They're hoping for an overextension, but they're not being granted. They're not being given that gift. Because of that, it looks like they're going to have to go in on their own terms. Looks like Aiden. Very ready for whatever they throw at him, just on the edge of the smoke.
Basically, though, leading the charge. Tetsu spotted sa top A. Aiden is gonna go down after a 1-for-1. I like this. Galing sa side ng Execration. Now they're forcing Vanguard to play at their own pace. And I like it. I really like it. Better see kids. Of course, opportunity still. How is he popped out? And he gets 3! Kid! He's not a kid anymore. He's a man-made machine. 6 and 5 para sa Vanguard.
What in the world
And
was
he's like,
that?
the leash is loose, my friend. I'm no longer stuck.
Yep,
I'm
we asked
free.
for it. My God, kids. Turned up at the perfect time, just when you thought it was going to be over for Execration. Vanguard steal that away from the jaws of death. And now, 1-for-1 again. Carlo, the other side. See the shots ringing out across the map. Now Execration got to be gutted after that round. They lost it on what? Right? On what? Other than kids, just being kids. That's it, Ram. Gone forward now. He's gonna be punishing the man that took them all down. But here CLD finds him out in the open. Bottom of bridge. 4-man push coming in from Execration on the other side. CLD cannot take it. There's too many people on the other side. 2v3 here. Tetsu and Aiden. They have a little bit of information as to where Execration might be. But look at the timing from Carlo. The lurk out from him, not going to be expected. And now Tetsu, going to be left to do the most. 1v3 and a sniper in his hands.
I wonder if anyone's going to check on my tower sa tower. Oh, they don't. Oh, he takes down them anyways from tower with love, my friend. I mean, both are low.
But he has a sniper, man.
Yo, pistol in there. Don't get ego. Yeah. No one said anything about the low players, and I can tell. There you go, 6 and 6 here, Josh. It's another banger.
True banger here. Just under the bridge, now on the outside of a hotel, Carlo. Looking for a pick. He has been able to get those picks in the last few rounds, but now it looks like Vanguard again. 3 sets. Keep themselves alive for a little bit longer, because when they lose that manpower advantage, then things start going sideways. We've seen that time and time again. Now Nade's gonna be out. Tetsu and kids eating a lot of that damage on the back of that nade. So Execration, they can depend on the sprays here to get themselves inside of the side, but they have to play this slow. Now just on the outside of hotel. Still a slow take, kids. He's gonna be pushing forward. Gonna be seen. Super takes him down. Good sir. That's why you need to be patient. Folex spotted out as well. They are aware. Execration is aware of where the Vanguard players are situated. They have to be careful how they approach this, knowing that there's 2 snipers here. Tetsu and Folex. Yes, they're so low, but you don't need to get up close and personal to take them down. 1 shot from the sniper will take you down. And there's a minute left on the clock. Seiya, he does find Tetsu. 1 sniper gone. But they're still not on the site. And CLD whittles down the numbers. But there's no respect from Carlo.
This is not possible. Unless CLD? Nah. B-side's already wide open. Alright, exit with the lead dito sa BL side. And just like how I said it, man, they're forcing Vanguard to play at their pace.
Another approach here. Vanguard, they have officially lost that lead. They've lost the advantage, and it looks like Execration, they're getting exactly what they want. Now the smoke's going to be coming out. And now since we've slowed it down, everything in the control of Execration, they get to dictate the pace of this map.
Yeah, I like what Vanguard is doing though. Tingnan mo. But they want to make sure no one's holding that bypass. And the only person holding this whole LA push is itong si Ram. And they're keeping it mobile at the moment, man.
Mobile is right. They're granting nothing to Execration. They're doing everything they can to slow it down without showing any kind of skin. You can see it, the re-smokes as the smokes dissipate. The usage of utility to make sure that Execration can't execute the 5-man push out of that. And it's a test of patience for Vanguard. If you see an overheat out of any of these players, Fall X, Tetsu, or even Kids, that's when they start getting punished. We've seen that in the last few rounds. It's why Execration were able to take the lead away from Vanguard now that we've switched sides. Now there's a minute left here, Execration. They have yet to decide where to go. They're split down the middle here in the map. And look at this. That's who knows. He takes down Aven, but there goes Kids as well. Stay on the inside of the cable car trying to stay alive. Not going to be able to get the movement out. Carlos spotted out on the other side. He's the last man standing between Execration and another round. But it looks like
he's getting chased.
He's not going to be able to get out. Vanguard strike back.
Seven, man. Just like how I said it, it's gonna be another banger between these two teams. Ayaw nila magpatalo. Pareho silang ayaw magpatalo dito. And you can understand why. You can understand what is at stake. It's not a job well done, pare. Until the game is over. 7-7. Long control. Ram spotted dito sa room. And they expect him to come out. And Aiden, what an angle dito sa long. And he has no information. They're waiting for the camera to clear out. And they are gonna go for something again. But no, babalik na lang sila dito.
And I like this. Now we're seeing the rotations out of Vanguard come out after that first kill. That means that Execration, they're gonna have to be able to find the information again. They need to re-explore the map because you never know where the Vanguard players are situated after that first contact. Even then. And they're running down the clock so much because Execration, they have to check all the corners.
Carlo just gets murked, bro.
See, this guy's going insane. We've seen him earlier.
Yeah. The Heise Ultra Instinct is no joke, man.
And they're also low.
They look lost in the sauce dito, pare. But then, I mean, this is the best option you have, especially sa Eagle Eye. Just play it like a 3-man force. It's still 3v2 when you enter the site. There comes a flash. Early warning para sa mga players. Yung isang player na nag-second mid, I think. No, they're just setting up nades. Here comes the flashes. CLD not gonna be blinded. Fallex will be blinded. Still hits the shot dito kay Seiya. That is a really nice dodge. Even na lang natitira. And even him cannot put the map at even, pare. 8-7 Vanguard. Is this the Vanguard role, pare, at the end of the match? We might not know. Execration, they do have a heavy lead na medyo mas reliant itong Vanguard dito sa A site natin. And they are gonna go B instead. And look at the defense at B site, man. It's non-existent.
Yeah. There's nothing there. We also have a little bit of alert trying to get the information, but unfortunately, right, the gamble stack is on the wrong side of the map here for Vanguard. And we've seen Execration. They know how to play these post plants, but now it's gonna be another brawl. Fall X and CLD trying to keep things under control now, but the bomb is still gonna go down. 40 seconds here is going to be a 4v3. Tetsu, CLB with Lucifer inside of the smoke. He does have the chance to surprise them if he's not going to be spotted out. And now, this post plant. We've seen it before, out of Execration. We'll see if they're going to be able to break this stride. Lucifer and Tetsu answering back. Look at this, it's a full blood match, and just like that, the river runs red with the blood of Execration.
Vanguard on match point. The trap card is almost activated here, Josh. Eagle Eye 2.0, the newest map. Not really new, pero the newest updated map.
The newest updated map, yep.
New spots along, played it perfectly. Ito pala yung pinractice nyo, Vanguard, ah.
Now
Ito
you
pala
know.
yung pinractice nyo. Eagle Eye 2.0. And look at the defense, man. Parang nagpipigil sila lahat na mag-peek dito sa LA.
No.
Ay, Carlo, nawalan na ng ulo dito. But they're gonna try to react by pushing mid and pushing B at the same time. And let us see Aiden Kids at the same time. Bawas na yung mga players dito ng Execration. Pero
boy.
na-stuck sila sa gitna. Hindi sila makaalis.
Man, run from Vanguard could not have come at a better time.
Might
And
be
now Fall
Jover.
X, even from the push from Even. They're getting taken down one by one. It's just down to a team deathmatch. That's what it looks like right now. Seiya, though, he wants to answer back. Gets that first kill. Tries to equalize
Oh, he
the last
dropped
time here in the round now. But
No.
Tetsu and Aiden are
Not the
call
disrespect.
for Execration.
Not the
destroyed.
disrespect,
That's a
man.
2-0. What in the world was that?
No, Joshua, you can't do that, bro. Nag-drop gun ka dito sa Eagle Eye on your kid? Come on, man. That's just the salt in the wound. If you don't know, Josh, dropping your gun after the shot is a very disrespectful thing dito sa Crossfire. And he just did exactly that at that last round. And that is classic Tetsu right there. That man, when his ego is at an all-time high, his skill is also at an all-time high, pare. Vanguard, sweep Execration, sweet revenge. Galing dito sa last final nila. And it seems like Kid from Hell, man, he is unleashed. He is what this team was missing from that last tournament, pare. Vanguard's gonna be a threat, man, dito sa play-ins, and they're gonna go up against CMG. And CMG, man, they played pretty well, but, this is gonna be a threat going into yung finals natin dito. So, it's gonna be a banger, man, in all honesty. Holy.
We've got so many banger matches happening tomorrow. We do have 3 best of 3s that are going to happen after. But, I mean, again, right, I think we've seen the potential of both these squads. Yeah, it is a 2-0, but when we take it down to the map level, it's getting so close, down to the wire, right? And I think Execration, there is a world, again, where they're able to get this map, but when it comes down to it, right, it doesn't matter how good you are in practice. It doesn't matter how good you are in scrims. If you don't show up on game day on the server, then it's Jober. And that's what it looked like to me for Execration, right? Some bad shots missed. We got some highlight plays out of the likes of Carlo and Racifer. But I think just the base level that was for Vanguard there was higher than the consistent base level for the other team, for Execration.
Yeah, it's quite the series. I would have expected this one to go all the way to 3 games, but I would have wanted to see a Black Widow between these two teams. That would have been heat, in all honesty, pare, especially knowing Black Widow, mapa ng Pinas yan, and the audience knows this as well. So, ayun nga, Vanguard, they win 2-0 over this Execration squad. Still, now Execration is going to be going up against Herbie Gaming team needs a lower bracket, and that's going to be a mad Execration, pare, that they could not win this series. So, ayun nga, it's going to be a very interesting lower bracket run galing sa kanila dito. And, ayun nga, there's only 2 spots dito sa play-ins natin, and all of the teams are hungry to play dito sa CFS 2024, especially. I know you guys already saw the prizes. I'm not gonna say it on stream. I know you guys already saw the prizes, so ayun nga. So that is what they are playing for, pare. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta breathe deep. Vanguard, you guys are gonna probably celebrate the day, pero you guys need to lock in para dito sa finals. You guys need to settle in dito, just in case that CMG has anything up their sleeve, especially knowing Silent, man, he's watching the entire time. I know he's watching. I know he is watching at the moment, so definitely a target on their back dito sa laruan natin. And yeah, and now we're just waiting for the highlights and the set summary to come. Because I wasn't even paying attention to some kills, man. There's no time to pay attention to the kills. There's no time to count anything. The
Yeah.
game was just so fast paced, and then Execration. Ang ganda na ginawa ng Execration dun, man. Right? Props to Execration pa rin, right? They slowed down the pace of the game. Vanguard hates slow-paced games, man. And you could tell dun sa mga ibang rounds dito ng Eagle Eye, right? Medyo antsy yung Vanguard team natin dito. They always try to look for the first pick and then they back off. But then yung mga ibang rounds naman, I like the discipline that they showed. I mean, some of the rounds they just stay on site and waited for the opportunity to present itself. Meron din baka ibang opportunity na, sila na mismo yung kukuha ng aggressive na angle. And then, nakita natin kay Aiden kanina, he was all the way in long A to punish yung A player. So that is classic Vanguard, and I feel like there's new life that has breathed dito sa team na to. And I could never be more proud of my own clan, man. I mean, I'm trying not to be biased as stream because I also love ibang Execration players.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Carlo is the homie, Bem is the homie, Bem is my goat, man. But yeah, this is araw talaga dito ng Vanguard, pare.
Yeah, and I also want to talk about how this map in particular has evolved over the rounds, right? Where first few rounds, first half, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, it was the entire first half, where the difference makers was Tetsu and Carlo. They first have that standoff up in the air, and whoever did get that first kill would usually seal the deal for their team to get that round. And as time moved on, they started avoiding it, Tetsu, because Tetsu has been the Tetsu versus Carlo duels here in this map. I think it's 70 or 60% of them Tetsu was coming out on top. So Execration wanted to change that up. They wanted to avoid that the low percentage play and change things up, change the tempo as well, make sure that Vanguard don't get what they want. Like you said, right? The Vanguard were playing extremely fast. And the way that Execration were able to try out so many different looks to some success and some not so much, if they're able to get a little bit more time on the server here in Eagle Eye 2.0, I wouldn't be surprised if they become possibly the second team that is very, very powerful on this map in the entire league. And that's considering that this is the play-in stage.
Yeah.
There's still so much to show.
There's still so much to play, man. There's still 3 best of 3s tomorrow para malaman natin kung sino talaga yung mag-move on dito. But I know Execration's not done dito sa play natin. I know Carlo, he is gonna work hard to fix the mistakes ng Execration dito. And Bem is definitely gonna punish himself with like a lot of free-for-all and just aim training para sa kanya dito para makabawi sila for today. Rest of the players are pretty hardworking as well, so props pa rin dito for the Execration squad, man. Feeling ko talaga na blindside lang talaga sila today with this new Vanguard.
This pick, yeah.
This is like yung aggression na nakita natin sa Impact, they upped it to 10 times, pare. I don't know how it works, but it worked. Yun nga. I mean, props to Vanguard, man. All 5 of them played super well. And shout out to kay CLD as well, man. I feel like he held pretty well considering he has 4 psychos on his team wanting to push. And nakita mo dun sa kabilang side na mapa, CLD is trying to hold on for dear life.
This guy is alone
anchoring
up
the
against
B side. He's like, guys, magbibi na sila. Please help me. Right now.
Please help me.
Papunta na sila. So, I like yung isang point as well na ginawa dito ng Vanguard. Just to point out a specific round, no? Dito sa B side, dumamasok dito yung Execration with their numbers advantage nung nasa kabilang side na mapa itong right? I like na hindi masyadong kinontrol itong B side. I think mas naisip dito ni CLD, I have to take second mid. Hindi ko pwede ibigay yung second mid dito sa Execration. Pag binigay ko yung second mid, that's another angle that they can play at. I want them stuck on site. And that is exactly what they did. And dahil nga nag-push sila kanina on towards the LA side, they also got a long B control. And that small details, no, having multiple entrances para sa retake mo, multiple opportunities para maka-set up ng mga nades. It's amazing to see, man. I mean, ito yung sinasabi ko, Filipino macro is not bad. I'm just saying, if you use it the right way, it's gonna look good, but
sometimes you need to break the rules, right? I mean, sometimes you need to stick to them. And it's a question of which one you want to do in that given round. And we've seen lots of different looks from Vanguard. We've seen also, I keep saying this, right? The flexibility of Execration as well to be able to adapt to the different looks that Vanguard brings to the table. Yeah, they lost here now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Execration are able to bring this all the way from the lower bracket and have a rematch up against the Vanguard in our uppers, in our lower final, rather.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time, man. I'm so happy na I'm here for play-ins because I already know that there was gonna be some heat dito sa mga laro natin. I mean, first game was already pretty good. You know, kind of tapered off dito sa map 3. Made almost comeback happen. Storylines are all over the place. This second series as well. You know, storylines of the trade between yung Execration and itong Vanguard. Vanguard, you know, proving that my point right that they are just a Masters team disguised as an Impact team, pare. And this is the point. This is the point to do para sa kanila dito. So Vanguard versus CMG tomorrow, pare. That's gonna be a very interesting one. Luzon versus Visayas is definitely gonna go hard dito sa storyline natin. And for the other side, of course, it is gonna be Davao versus Manila. If I'm specific, I'm not sure where the other players are playing, but mostly doon sila sa bootcamp, which is probably in Cavite. So yun nga. Gonna be pretty interesting to see how that one's gonna turn out. Especially HGT is also medyo ano rin sila eh. They're also looking to have some redemption dito sa laruan natin considering CJ played really well, Nomad played really well. Yun nga, Red was playing insane dun sa series na. I mean, it was just about, you know, the other players kind of picking up the pace, no? Yung baka ibang rounds natin sobrang gulo na I feel like HGT could not keep up the pace with the CMG squad. So, man, we are only in play-ins and the storylines are already like this. I mean, you can never write a better storyline than amount of support na sinushow dito na CF community dito sa stream. I mean, I think we peaked at after viewers tapos dito pa lang tayo sa play-in. I mean, these are the teams na this is what I'm happy about dito sa CF, honestly, that people are showing regional pride para sa mga teams nila, especially mga shout out to the Cebuanos, man. Like, fully supporting yung kanilang mga teams dito. And yung mga Davaoenos as well, granted natalo kay HCT. Shout out to the Davaoenos, man. And shout out to Davao CFS TV. You know, the homies back in Davao really supporting yung mga homies as well. Not just that, shout out to the Vanguard clan. Lahat nanood at this one and the Execration boys and kay Kuya Aris as well supporting his team. So, yeah, I mean, the CF community, man, it's alive. Especially, alam na nila yan, man. Pagdating ng months, this is where stuff gets serious.
Yeah. Oh, wild here. I mean, look at these highlights, right? We keep talking about, for the side of Execration was Racifer, but Vanguard's Tetsu and Fall X, right? The way they were playing around this map, despite, say, all these vertical angles, right? This one by kids as well. Full insanity. And it looks like to me, right, that Execration, despite having lost this map, I think they've also spent quite a lot of time on the server trying to figure out this map, find a way to play around it, and you could see it in the adaptations that they had. But here, on the set summary we do have for the side of Vanguard, we got some insane KDs out of Tetsu, Fall X, and Aiden. And that's, again, it's not to discount CLD as well, right? The impact this guy brought to the team, despite not having the numbers up there, the way that he's playing as an anchor, no matter what the map it was here in this series, is really what made the difference between a good retake and a bad one. Because CLD is able to do all that chip damage so that when the rest of Vanguard comes in, or if they retake with him, then things get that just so much easier. And that you can see that in the number of rounds that they did get here on the GR side.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, just like how we said it, set summary, everyone played super well this game. But we see the match result, man. 10-8, 10-7. I mean, what can you do at this point if you are the side of Execution other than to review what happened dito sa game natin and try and see how to counter it, right? I feel like there's a lot of similarity sa ibang plays dito ng HGT to what Vanguard does. I feel like Vanguard's execution of aggressive plays is one of the best in the Philippines. So, ayun nga, no, just getting a bit of experience at least sa Vanguard definitely is gonna help with their series going into yung lower bracket natin. So, gonna be interesting to see how are they gonna adjust. And ayun nga, PMG as well. I feel like Vanguard, I mean, they won't ban Compound next time, man. Feeling ko, it is gonna be a ban on sub base. I know those boys can play I know those boys can play Compound, man. So, taking away sub base would be key to series na yun, in all honesty, man. So, Gonna be interesting to see if they ever do so. So it's gonna be a mind game going into yung three best of threes natin bukas. And I can't wait to get into it, man.
Yeah. So now we got the bracket finalized for this day. So yeah, Chulanga MG, we're gonna be leading it tomorrow. Whoever wins that does go straight into our into the group stage. Loser will then have to go up against the winner of her HGT versus Execration here. So yeah, it's not too much of a lower bracket run, but that's still one more match compared to your upper bracket winners, right? They're gonna have to grind through that two best of threes. And even if you win that lower bracket semis, you still need to go up against the loser of upper bracket finals to be able to compete in the group stage.
Yeah, and I feel like yung upper bracket finals. Yeah, once you win this best of three, you are through. You are in the regionals, man. And if you lose, you go to the lower bracket final, and you are gonna go up against the team, HGT or Execration.
Yeah,
Either way, it's
Execration.
gonna be a hard fight. So 1-1 ngayon ang Impact and ang Masters at this very moment. So ayun nga no, yung mga quote-unquote tier 2 teams natin kind of catching up to the plate, man. And I feel like yun nga, once again, shout out to CFPH. Shout out to Smilegate, man, for making Impact happen. And ayun nga, I mean, we have gems like this, pare. I feel like if Impact didn't happen and we had the exact same old system, you know, teams like this, teams like Vanguard, they would have been waiting the entire time just for the next season of Masters or for regional. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good system this year. I'm pretty excited about next year, man. I'm feeling good next year. That's where all the stuff is gonna come out. Pero, can't say anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, mad respect as well for all the teams that are grinding it out here in Impact, right? When we say that it does, there's a very, very blurred line between Tier A and Tier B, right? Tier 1 and Tier 2. And you can see it right now.
Hmm.
You got one winner from the Impact, one winner from Masters, and then of course it's these banger matches, right? And it's only day one. The storylines write themselves. We don't even need to write the script, man. We just need to sit back and watch as and you can see, right, the quality of play is really improving across the board, despite some of these teams that have technically come in from tier two looking for the promotion, or Masters, where again we talked about Execration and Vanguard, right, at two at the bottom. Uh, they're now having to fight against some of the best from Impact, and yeah, it just further blurs the line between these two tiers of play, which means that, man, that means CF in the Philippines, man, we're leveling up all across the playing field. Doesn't matter what tier you're in, as long as the practice is there, as long as the teams are able to support each other, because a
Yeah,
region
for
is
sure.
only as good as its worst team, right?
That's true. That's true, man. I feel like even if anyone bounces out dito sa regional play in that, I still think they should have their head held high, whether it is gonna be Excretion or HGT. Kasi yun nga no, the Excretion, very nice recovery from Masters, especially winning LAN tournament in their off season. Para sa HGT, they had a really good run dito sa Impact, and they've done a stellar job to keep it together as a team. So yeah, feel like any additional notes at the moment. So everyone's just talking to each other in the chat. Everyone's just giving their congratulatory messages para sa mga teams natin na nanalo.
Yeah.
Of course, nga pala, MVP natin. Our theoretical MVP, since we don't have graphic. Tetsu?
I would say it's Tetsu. I would say it's Tetsu. I think most of the momentum that Vanguard had, especially in the first half, came from Tetsu just winning those 1v1s against Carlo. Right? Wherein more often than not, as long as he wins that, then it becomes curtains for that round. Because I mean, the sniper for Execration is down as early as the first 5 to 10 seconds of each of these rounds that it did happen before Execration chose to adjust. And even then, right, Tetsu changing it up, letting go of the sniper, picking up a rifle, still getting to convert those rounds. The impact from this guy, whether or not it's from the back lines or playing as the entry, is palpable. It's just
Y-
something that you have to respect. Not to say that any of the other players on the team didn't turn up, but I think the backbone of the victory from Vanguard here came from Tetsu being able to convert those early kills in map 1 and map 2.
Mm-hmm. And you know the story behind that as well. Or I know the story behind that. That guy's not even a sniper his entire time. His crossfire career. That man is a rifler through and through. Pero Vanguard needed a sniper. They needed someone to snipe dun sa team na yun. And he stepped up to the plate. That is for sure. He embraced the role. He still plays like an entry. Pero, but yeah, I feel like he's comfortable enough on the sniper to kind of match with the best, no? So I'm pretty excited if ever they do make it. No? If ever they do make it to for him to go up against the best of the best, I want to see. I think everyone wants to see like Tetsu, versus possibly maybe Venge. Tetsu versus Revenge is definitely a matchup that no one would expect, but me personally, I do want to see. Yun nga, sino pa kaya? Who's the other snipers as well? I mean, there's also Tetsu versus Zetra would be a very underrated matchup. Shout out to Sunday Shrooms, man, who already made it to top 6 in sa regional finals natin. So a lot of sniper matchups that we could think about. But, of course, kailangan pa nila manalo bukas bago natin sabihin yun. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's just so much on the table here for all these teams, and even if we do mention, even if we do know that Vanguard won, or even that CMG won, right? It's it just came down to some of the closest fights that you could ask for, right? Where yeah, it is 2-0. The rounds still insane, and I'm excited to see how things match up tomorrow. Our upper final, right? Vanguard, who are theoretically the favorites to make it into the group stage, up against Motomac, sorry, Chulanga, Motomac Gaming,
Chulanga.
that Chulanga, yeah, who have evolved right from last time, and we're looking for so many bangers that are going to be happening tomorrow. I'm expecting to see more of that, so I hope more of those in the community are going to be showing up tomorrow, because that's where we finally decide who's going to be making it into the group stage.
Yeah, for sure. So guys, make sure to drop a follow, turn on your notifications, see the Crossfire Philippines the page, because there will be plenty of Filipino Crossfire action, not just now until halfway into October. And
Yep.
then ayun nga, after that, it is gonna be the biggest Crossfire event in the world, of course, very very soon. And dito nyo mahanap yung Filipino broadcast for Crossfire 2024 in Hangzhou, China. So, yeah, I think that is pretty much it para sa amin dalawa ni Juswabe. It's been Sneaky Frog, it's been Juswabe, it's been quite a wild ride, but we will see you guys tomorrow.